Candle Cove. The following thread was found on the Net Nostalgia forum in the category Television Local. Skyshale033. Subject: Candle Cove. Local kids show? Does anyone remember this kids show? It was called Candle Cove, and I must have been about 6 or 7. I never found any reference to it anywhere, so I think it was on a local station around 1971 or 72. I lived in Ironton at the time. I don't remember which station, but I do remember it was on at a weird time, like 4 PM. Mike_Painter65. It seems really familiar to me. I grew up outside of Ashland and was 9 years old in 72. Candle Cove. Was it about pirates? I remember a pirate marionette at the mouth of a cave talking to a little girl. Skyshale033. Yes, okay, I'm not crazy. I remember Pirate Percy. I was always kind of scared of him. It looked like he was built from parts of other dolls, real low budget. His head was an old porcelain baby doll. Looked like an antique that didn't belong on that body. I don't remember what channel this was. I don't think it was WT. Jaron_2005. Sorry to resurrect this old thread, but I know exactly what show you mean, Skyshale. I think Candle Cove only ran for a couple of months in 71, not 72. I was 12 and watched it a few times with my brother. It was channel 58, whatever station that was. My mum would let me switch to it after the news. Let me see what I remember. It took place in Candle Cove and was about a little girl who imagined herself to be friends with pirates. The pirate ship was called the Laughingstock, and Pirate Percy wasn't a very good pirate because he got scared too easily. And there was Calliope music playing constantly. I don't remember the girl's name, Janice or Jade or something. I think it was Janice. Skyshale033. Thank you, Jaron. Memories flooded back when you mentioned the Laughingstock on Channel 58. I remember the bow of the ship was a wooden smiling face and the lower jaw was submerged. It looked like it was swallowing the sea and it had that awful Edwin voice and laugh. I especially remember how jarring it was when they switched from the wooden plastic model to the foam puppet that talked. Mike_Painter65. Haha, I remember now too. Do you remember this part, Skyshale? You have to go inside. Oh, Mike. I got a chill reading that. Yes, I remember. That's what the ship always told Percy when there was a spooky place that he had to go in, like a cave or a dark room where the treasure was. And the camera would push in on Laughingstock's face with each pause. You have to go inside. With his 2 eyes askew, and that flopping foam jaw, and the fishing line that opened and closed it. Ugh. It just looked so cheap and awful. You guys remember the villain? He had a face that was just a handlebar moustache, above really tall, narrow teeth. Kevin_Hart. I honestly thought Pirate Percy was the villain. I was only about 5 when the show was on. Nightmare fuel. Jaron_2005. That wasn't the villain, the puppet with a moustache. That was the villain's sidekick, Horace Horrible. He had a monocle too, but was on top of the moustache. I used to think that meant he only had one eye. But yeah, the villain was another marionette, the Skin Taker. Can't believe what they let us watch back then. Kevin_Hart. Jesus fucking Christ, the Skin Taker. What kind of a kid show were we watching? I seriously couldn't look at the screen when the Skin Taker showed up. He just descended out of nowhere on his strings. Just a dirty skeleton wearing that brown top hat and cape, and his glass eyes that were far too big for his skull. Christ on. Skyshale033. Wasn't his top hat and cape all sewn up crazily? Was that supposed to be children's skin? Mike_Painter65. Yeah, I think so. I remember his mouth didn't open and close. His jaw just slid back and forth. I remember the little girl asking, "Why does your mouth move like that?" And the skin taker didn't look at the girl, but at the camera and said, "To grind your skin." Skyshale033. I'm so relieved that other people remember this terrible show. I used to have this awful memory. A bad dream I had where the opening jingle ended, the show faded in from black, and the characters were there, but the camera was just cutting to each of their faces, and they were just screaming. The puppets and marionettes were flailing spastically and just screaming. The girl was crying and moaning like she'd been through hours of this. I woke up many times from that nightmare. I used to wet the bed when I... Kevin_Hart. I don't think that was a dream. I remember that. I remember that episode. Skyshale033. No, not possible. There was no plot or anything. I mean, literally, just standing there in place, crying and screaming for the whole show. Kevin_Hart. Maybe I'm manufacturing the memory because you said that, but I swear to God I remember seeing what you described. They just scream. Oh God, yes, the little girl, Janice. I remember seeing her shake, and the skin taker screaming through his gnashing teeth, his jaw careening so widely I thought it would come off its wide hinges. I turned it off, and it was the last time I watched. I ran to tell my brother, but we didn't have the courage to turn it back on. Mike_Painter65. I visited my mum today at the nursing home. I asked her about when I was little in the early 70s, when I was 8 or 9, and if she remembered a kids show, Candle Cove. She said she was surprised I could remember that. I asked, "Why?" She said, "Because I used to think it was so strange that you said, 'I'm going to go watch Candle Cove now, Mum,' and then you would tune the TV to static and just watch dead air for 30 minutes. You had a big imagination with your..." This was the last post in the thread.